Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is back in session. Court is in session with the arraignment docket. Let the record reflect that all the defendants who are present or in courtroom, and then we have one who is in the hallway who's appearing via Zoom. Now, the court previously told all of the defendants that they had rights. One of the rights that they have is a right to have an attorney, and there is a clipboard that has titled Judge's Explanation of Rights of Defendants Without an Attorney. They were explained that they had a right to hire an attorney, or if they could not afford an attorney, they had a right to request that an attorney be appointed to represent them. Or number 3, they can waive their right or give up their right to have an attorney to represent themselves. Also, the court also informed each person that's here that they have a right to have a jury trial. That is, 6 citizens from Jefferson County will be selected to sit on the case, and they will decide whether or not they're guilty or innocent after listening to all of the evidence. They also have a right to waive or give up that right to have a jury trial, and by doing so, their case will come before the court in one of 3 ways. One of the ways it will come before the court is by way of a bench trial. That's a trial by judge only. The other way it will come before the court is by way of a plea bargain. That's an agreement between the state and the defendant, or the state and the defendant's attorney regarding the defendant's case. The other way that your case will come before the court is by way of a unagreed plea bargain agreement. And what an unagreed plea bargain agreement is that you and the district attorney have not been able to settle your case. You want to settle your case, but you have not been able to reach an agreement. And so therefore you would like the court or the judge to set punishment. We call that an unagreed plea bargain agreement. Now, the other way, the other right that you have is you have a right to have witnesses to come to court. That is in that chair right there, we call that the witness stand. And what witnesses do, they can testify for you or against you. You can ask them questions. We call that either direct examination or cross-examination. Now, you also have a right to waive or give up your right to have witnesses to come to court. That means that you will not be calling any witnesses on your behalf in your case. However, that does not mean that the state will not be calling witnesses in the case. They will be calling witnesses in the case. You also have a right, your Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination. What that means is you have a right not to testify in your case. The state or nobody, the government cannot force you to testify against yourself in your case. Now, you can waive or give up that right. In essence, by waiving or giving up your Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination, you will be testifying. And just make things a little clearer, you may have heard people say, I take the Fifth. I take the Fifth. That simply means that they are refusing, they are invoking their Fifth Amendment right not to testify in the case. Now, you also have a right to have discovery. Discovery is you have a right to see the evidence that the state has against you. You have a right to see the documents. You have a right to see the videos, tape recordings, witness statements, whatever, or objects, or whatever evidence the state has, you have a right to see that. We call that discovery. Now, you also have a right to waive or give up your right to have discovery. That is, if you waive your right to discovery, then you're telling the court that you do not want to see the evidence that the state has against you. Now, as a defendant in a criminal case, everyone that's here, that's appearing here for an arraignment, you've been arrested. And that means that you're here today because you're out on bond. You're either out on a cash bond, which means you paid the full amount to get out of jail, or you're out on a surety bond, which means you paid a bondsman a portion of the bond to get out of jail, or you are out on what is called a PR bond. And that is a bond whereby you did not have to pay any money to get out. You were released on your own, or under your own recognizance. Now, every day that you spent in jail, it can be used as credit toward your punishment. So, for example, let's say you spent 5 days in jail, and let's say the state is offering you 5 days in jail to settle the case. What that means is you would not have to serve any more time in jail because you've already served 5 days in jail. Therefore, you'd be given credit for time served. Now, if they're offering 7 days and you serve 5, that means you would have to serve 2 more days. Now, every day that you spent in jail also can be used as can go toward your fine and court costs. If you serve 5 days in jail, you get credit at $100 per day. So if you serve 5 days in jail, that means you can have $500 credit that goes toward your fine and court costs. Now, if the state is offering you fine and court costs of $500, that means you won't have to pay anything because the 5 days in jail has already paid it. Now, if they offer you 7 days in jail, that means, or they offer you a fine and court cost of $700, you spend 5 days in jail, that simply means that you would only have to pay $200 on the day of the plea. Now, if you cannot pay the money on the day of the plea, then we could put you on a payment plan to pay it off over time in monthly installments. Now, if we put you on a payment plan, you still will be unable to pay it off, then we can convert your fine and court costs to community service. And you get $12.50 for every hour of community service that you do. So for example, if you work 8 hours of community service in one day, that's $100. Now, Jefferson County has a program for first-time offenders. That is for people who haven't been in trouble for the first time. Then they have a program called pretrial diversion. And with pretrial diversion, they will dismiss your case and you can get it wiped off your record. We call it expunged. You can get it expunged, deleted, wiped off, or erased from your record. And in order to get into the pretrial diversion program, in order to qualify for the pretrial diversion program, it has to be your first offense. It cannot be an offense involving unlawful carrying a weapon or resisting arrest. And you have to have an attorney to assist you with filing an application to get into the program. Also, if you are a veteran of any one of the branches of the United States military, Jefferson County has a program called Veterans Court. And in order to get in that program, you just have to be a veteran. And they have the same results. You get into the program, you complete the program, they dismiss the case, you can get it expunged from your record. That's called Veterans Court. Now, this court, County Court at Law number 2, has a program that is called the Community Safety Initiative, the CSI program. With the CSI program, it's a program designed to make Jefferson County a safer place for all of us to live, work, go to school, raise our children, raise our family, and to live. Now, the way that program works is we have partnerships with agencies in the community. For example, we have a partnership with Spindletop. Spindletop Center is our local mental health center. And individuals who are in the Spindletop program, what Spindletop will do, they will have a private interview. They would have an assessment, an assessment, and then they would develop a treatment plan, either outpatient or inpatient, to deal with any of your mental health needs. Now, you do not have to be insane. You do not have to be incompetent. You can suffer from depression, bipolar, schizophrenia, any one of those, and any other mental health illness. They will be able to address those issues for you. Now, if you have issues with drugs or alcohol, then Spindletop has a program that is called ATAR, and our local alcohol and drug council has a program that is called OZAR. Both of those programs are drug and alcohol treatment programs. And the way the program works, they will conduct a screening, they will do an assessment, and then you will be referred for either inpatient or outpatient treatment to address your alcohol or drug addiction issues. Now, if you are unemployed, you're looking for a better job, we have a partnership with the Golden Triad Empowerment Center, who has a partnership with Lamar University. Lamar University has a program that is called CICE. CICE stands for Center for Innovation, Commercialization, and Entrepreneurship. It is a job training program and a job placement program in the hotel industry, the chemical industry, and the shipping industry. And in all of those programs, they will not only train you in the area that you select, but they will also assist you at getting a job in the area that you're trained in. If you have not finished high school and you do not have your high school diploma, they also have a program that is it's a GED program where you can get your graduate equivalency diploma. Now, all of those programs that I've just mentioned are free. It does not cost you anything. The only thing you have to do is have a desire to be in the program. And we have information that we can provide to you to assist you at getting in any one of the programs that you would like to get into and that you may be eligible for. Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is a court that I always say we do not have court as usual. We have unusual court, and it's not because we're different, but it's because we're trying to make a difference in the lives of the individuals that comes before this court. We do not just give time, we take out time. In essence, we do not just arrest the problem, we address the problem, because we're trying to make productive people, and we believe that producing productive people will not commit crimes because they have too much to lose. And so this is a program that I started within the first 100 days of taking the bench. This program has been in existence since March of 2017. If you're interested in the programs, just let us know and we'll be able to get you the information so that you can get into the program that you choose. Now, at this time, we will have Deputy Hinton and Sarah there with Spindletop. They will come forward and they're going to tell you a little bit about the program that they have at Spindletop. At this time, Deputy Hinton, will you please come forward?
Thank you, Your Honor. By the state, I'm commissioned with the Sheriff's Department here in Jefferson County. This is my co-worker, Terrence. Terrence is qualified as a professional with the Spindletop. The reason we are here this morning is because the judge cares about every single person that comes before the bench. What the judge has found, and what statistics prove, is those who appear with legal issues commonly have mental health, substance use disorders, or just a lack of community resources that you could actually be connected with. Now, Sarah is going to tell you about this form you passed out earlier and how we're going to be able to use that to help you get connected to resources that would best fit your particular situation.
So as you walk in, we gave this document. This document is demographic information so that we can utilize the information to get in contact with you. It's not to harass you, it's not to talk to you, but it's just to reach out and get the resources that you may need. All of the information you provided is HIPAA regulated, meaning that we cannot share that information. And then
Before you leave today, I also want to get this flyer in your hands. On the back, it tells you a little bit about the court program and some of the advantages of taking the opportunities to utilize it. But also on the front, it has the 1-800 number. Should you ever find yourself in a safe place, you can call this number and get help immediately. But if you don't remember anything that Sarah and I have said before, I want you to remember this. We are here to help you. That's our goal. That's our objective. But it's going to take you on your part to share that need with us. When we call you, when we text you, if you'll fill out enough information on there so that we can contact you, it's going to be up to you to share that need with us so that we can help you. We're not here to embarrass you or anything like that. We would never do that. But we do want to get you connected to resources. There's a lot of good resources that are out there that can help you. They don't spend their money on marketing, so a lot of people don't know nothing about it. They spend their money on the services itself. So that's a benefit to y'all. But we have knowledge of those resources and would like you to plug in if this is something that you see a value in. Now, maybe this doesn't apply to you. Maybe it applies to a family member or friend you know. We can still get this information to you that you can get it to them. And we'd be glad to work through y'all to help your family member if this is something that you see a value in. Thank you very much for your attention. For listening. Thank you, Ron.
Thank you, Deputy Hinton, Sarah. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to do is that paperwork that you have on the clipboards, we have our court staff who will be happy to help anybody that needs any assistance. And what we're going to do while we're doing that, we're going to take a break. The court is going to go in recess to give you an opportunity to finish filling out the paperwork. And if you need any assistance, the staff will be happy to assist you. Now, if you need to use the restroom, there are two restrooms out here. There's the male to the right. Once you go outside the court, the door is going to be to your right, right in front of County Court Law number 3. That's for the men. And the women restroom is on the other side of the hall, right in front of the 172nd District Court. Now, at this time, the court will be in recess to give you an opportunity to fill out the paperwork. And if you need any assistance, just please let us know. And we'll have someone from the staff who will be happy to help you. So at this time, the court will be in recess.